Okay, folks, here we go. Here is the drawing. Hey, remember, check your units first thing, because I had a girl last period. She did half the drawing. And guess what? She had to do it again. That's a bummer. Okay, so I'm in inches down here at the bottom. Let's do a little split screen action. See if that works. You guys can see my screen, right? Okay. What face should I start on? No, there is no bottom face. Front plane. Yeah, basically I want to draw this sketch right here on the front plane and extrude it back. So I'm going to go to sketch. I'm going to go to front plane here. Tie your first line, whatever you make, to the origin, okay? Whatever it is. I like to start with a midpoint line. You ever used midpoint line before? You click on an origin and you go this way and it makes your line go both directions. Isn't that neat? Neato. I'm also going to do a center line that goes from the origin straight up into space, because my plan is to kind of mirror it. All right. So this bottom line, I'll go ahead and make it 8, just so I have some size here. All right. So I got a line on the bottom. I got a center line going up. And now I'm going to draw a circle on this line. Make sure you don't put it on the midpoint. If you put it on the midpoint, it'll snap to the midpoint and stay stuck there. So I'm just going to click somewhere on the circle here, or on this line here, sorry, and make a circle. Let's say that's the big circle here. The size of that circle is radius 1.75. What's 1.75 times 2? 3.5. So that's the size of my big circle there. And also there's a dimension that says these circles should be 2.15 from the bottom. So I'm going to pull a dimension from the bottom line that I've created and go to there and do 2.15. Just to get my circle in the right spot before I start going crazy and drawing a bunch of stuff. All right. This is already looking kind of messy. I did not do it like this before. Anyway, here we go. From here, I'm going to draw a line up about 1-ish. I'm going to go over. And then I'm going to just connect to the tangent. Don't connect to the quadrant of the circle here. Just go up here somewhere and it should give you a tangent connection. You're looking for the circle with the line on top. When you click there, you want that tangent to pop up. Beautiful. Okay. I wonder if I should trim this part of the circle off there and go ahead and trim that also now. Sure. Why not? That looks good. And then let's go on ahead and fill it here to here with whatever this curve is, which is 0.7. 0.7. Go ahead and check mark that. So now I've got that curve set right there. I made nothing 1.25 that I know of.
That line really doesn't.
So, oh, this line here? Yeah, this line I still haven't set yet. Well, first of all, I know the height here is 1 because it says so. And the problem is this thing is kind of willy-nilly, right? But I think what sets that in place is this 56 angle dimension up top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mirror it first and then try and set that dimension. So I'm selecting all of these things up top here by holding Control. I'm going to do mirror. Click mirror about on the left and click on that and hit the green check mark. The good thing about using mirror is now when you move one side, the other side will move also with it. Okay. So that's kind of helpful. Then I'll do a smart dimension here to here and set my angle to 56. Look how close I was. I'm a G. There it is. And see how everything's black? That's what we want. You can go ahead and put your next circle in here. This circle is the 2.5. That's what I would do. That way you don't have to cut it later. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to features, extrude. Can someone tell me how far I need to extrude this? 1.2 is correct. It says it on the section view right here. That's how deep the object goes. 1.2. Okay. Here's a little trick. Later, you probably can't tell this, but later, I'm going to have to get inside of this circle right here. So on your first extrude here, so that you don't have to make a plane later, do a mid-plane extrusion first. And I'll explain why when we get there. Don't do a blind, do a mid-plane, do 1.2 and check it, and it should look like that. Huh? Well, I'm recording it. But the problem is I only have Zoom for 30 minutes and then it closes. So I just want to kind of do the whole thing. I know it's annoying, but unless you want to like join another meeting, and that's rough, right? Okay. How about this? Do you want to? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Sorry, but I hear you. All right. What's number 2? What's the second thing? Let me think. What should I do next? Fill at the corners. That's an easy thing to do. Features. Where's the fill it tool? I had someone do a sketch trying to fill it last class. Don't do that. Fill it. What's the radius? Oh man. Curve 0.2. So I'm going to type in 0.2. Make sure you click on the edges. So I got one edge there, one edge there. Someone at the door? Oh. Okay. So I got those 4 there. Okay. After that, I would say let's start cutting these holes here. All right. First one, I'm gonna attempt this big hole that is cutting. It's cutting through this part here. It's this. I'm kind of hovering over it right there. All right, here we go. I'm gonna make a sketch on this plane here. It's gonna orient my object this way, and I'm going to make a center line. Let's make a center line going through the middle here because I'm gonna end up mirroring it to the other side. I'm gonna make a circle in the middle. How big is the circle? Oh boy. Let's see if you are talking about the same thing I am. Yes, 0.45 is half of 90, but since this is a whole circle, I'm just going to have to type in the diameter, which is 0.9. Okay. That is the big circle.
Yeah, C radius 0.45.
Yeah, radius is 0.45. Well, I was looking at this gap. It's the same number, but whatever. And then what's important is that you place it in the correct place because it's 2.4 from this center line here. Okay, so from there to there needs to be 2.4. That'll move it a little bit. Yeah. Yes. Total. And then I'm just going to draw a line basically from here, go down, and this could be as wide as you want, really. Doesn't even matter. Trim this part there. So basically, we're going to take that shape and cut it up, and that's going to give us this. That's kind of tricky to understand, and it's blue because I haven't marked a length there, or tied it to anything, and I don't know if I really care. I think I could just put that like that. What else is it missing? I mean, it can't slide left and right. Can it slide up and down? Okay, I haven't tied it to anything up and down, so I need to do that. Guess I don't need to, but I probably should. I'll do a center line from here going across. And then, oh, look, it's black now. I'll go ahead and mirror it though. Select it all, mirror, and mirror it across this line like that. That way I can just do one cut instead of 2. So basically I've just drawn 2 profiles down there. All that matters is the location of the circle and that it's centered. The length of it doesn't matter because we're cutting up. So features, extrude cut. I'm going to make sure it's going up. So I'm changing the direction like that. And I'm going to make it through all just to make sure it goes high enough. And that is that little cut right there.
So how do you put the rivets inside the?
Getting there next. Okay. So what you're going to do, this basically you're going to make a circle. We have to look at this section view to see how big the circle is. And then we're going to do a mid-plane cut both directions. So if you positioned your object like I positioned mine and did the mid plane to start with, you should have a front plane going exactly through the middle of yours. Okay. So we're going to do a sketch on that plane. Sketch on the front plane. Do I got to click it? Yeah, I think hopefully I'm sketching there. And then make a circle using the same center. Let me hover this for a second. Click there. But this circle needs to be a little bit bigger. The size of this circle can be seen here on this section cut. It's this 2.8. Okay, so I'm creating a circle inside of those other circles in the middle of the plane. So it's right there. And then what you do is you do an extruded cut, whatever the width of this is, which is 0.9, and you just have to make sure you do a mid-plane cut here. Not 3.9, just regular 0.9. And it cuts that circle, so basically you have that little lip right there now. That's probably the hardest part of the whole thing. Okay. Last part is these little holes here. So these holes go down at an angle, one diameter, and then they go through at a different diameter. So it says 2x, meaning there's two of them, one here, one there. The hole that goes all the way through is 0.26 diameter. The hole that just goes down a little bit, the bigger hole is 0.5, and it goes at an angle of 100. I'll explain what all that means. It's really kind of easy. There's a tool. Have we ever used the Hole Wizard tool before? Okay, here's how it works. It's on Features tab. You click Hole Wizard. So this type of hole that we're cutting is, so you choose a type. By default, it's sitting on counter bore. We want countersink. Okay, so I'm clicking on the second one there. And then down here, there's a little checkbox. Yours is not checked by default, so you're going to click Show Custom Sizing. And then you're going to set these to the 3 sizes that it says right here, not the 2x, ignore that one. So your first one is the through hole diameter, that's 0.26. Your next one is the 0.5, and the angle at which it goes down is 100 degrees. So once you've got those 3 things set, you have to go to this little tab right here that says positions, and then you can place it. You have to click on a face. So you click on this face, and now on your mouse, you should have this hole. Line it up with the midpoint and slide it over. I know it has a dimension that's 1.25, but I can't set that yet until I click it. So I'm going to just click it here. Okay. And once it's clicked there, do a smart dimension from the edge to the middle and type in 1.25. And then hit the green check mark. And then hit the green check mark again. And that cuts a hole in there that looks like, here, I'll cut a section so you can see what it looks like. That's the hole that it cuts. So this diameter is 0.5. This diameter right here is 0.26. And then that angle is 100 degrees. So use the Hole Wizard to do that. After that, you can just mirror that. So you can click on that little hole, go to mirror in your features tab. The mirror face or plane will be whichever one is in the middle, which is the right plane. So I'm taking that hole and mirroring it across the right plane. Hit the green check mark there, and that's a mirror. And that's it. Change your material. I won't change, well, I'll change material here because it's not in this list. It's under alloy steel. So look for steel and then look for alloy steel, hit apply, and then you guys know how to find your mask to put it in. That would be the front plane. Okay.
You know, goes with him.